Marble League is here. And now, last time we looked at the Group A teams, now we're going to look at the Group B teams, from the Savage Speeders to the Limers and everything in between. So let's just get straight into it. The Bumblebees. Okay, the Bumblebees, they are a fringe team at the moment. They could make it, they could not. I don't know if I even want to rank them at this point, but I am going in alphabetical. I'll just do it, I guess, that way. See, the Bumblebees, they are not in particularly good or bad form at the moment. I don't exactly know how they did in 2025. I want to say they did better than average in whatever league they were in. I don't even remember what league they were in. I want to say they were in the main league, but I genuinely just don't remember that. And then 2024 was not their best year. Definitely one of the years to forget. But then 2023, 2022, 2021, all pretty good. And generally, I don't think these events are particularly good or bad for them. So this one's just mainly going to come off of vibes, and my vibes at the moment are going to tell me that they are not going to qualify. I just don't think it's their year. I think they're on a downward trend after 2023, and I think it's going to continue here. So I'm going to put them in not qualify. Chocolatiers. Now the Chocolatiers, if you know me, all the way back in 2020 qualifiers, I am a Team Primary fan, and in the sprint of that qualifiers, Bon beat Imar by exactly 0.002 seconds, and that caused us to not qualify. So I have a permanent hatred for the Chocolatiers now, and this placement is going to be purely reflective on that. I don't care how good they are. I don't care how mid they are. I don't care how bad they are. They are just not going to qualify because I don't want them to. If they qualify, I will be extremely mad just because I have a personal vendetta. I do not care what anyone says. Call me salty, call me stupid. I don't care. I do not want the Chalks to qualify, and that's going to be reflected here. I am putting them in not qualify. Crazy Cat's Eyes. Now, the Crazy Cat's Eyes are a very weird team in this regard because recently, I think it was in 2025, they missed out on the Marble League for the first time ever in their entire existence. They made every other Marble League, whether that was through auto qualification or actually qualifying, and that was their only real bad qualifiers. Even then, it was good, but it was just not good enough at that point. But they are still one of the best teams. You can argue about 2023 whether they deserve the championship or not, but they still got 5th pretty solidly in 2021 and 2020 flat. And then they almost always comfortably qualify whenever they're in qualifiers, and then they auto qualify a lot. And then talk about the events, we have hurdles, which they should be good at. What are the other ones? Jousting, again, we have no idea what the format is, so I can't really judge them based on that. But underwater race, I think the lighter marbles generally tend to do better there, and CC is a lighter marble, and also balancing's a bit of a crapshoot, but overall, I think they do better than not. And in a group format with 12 teams, 6 qualifying, there's just no way I see them making bottom 6 in their heat. So I'm going to put them as the first making it. Indigo Stars. Now, Indigo Stars, these ones are very, very contentious because the Indigo Stars, theoretically, it's very similar argument to Team Plasma and the last heat. I think on paper, they have everything they need to be one of those staple teams in the Marble League. They just can never get anything right, especially in qualifiers. 2025 was probably the big. It was so rough to watch as a kind of Indigo Stars fan. I'm not that much of an Indigo Stars fan, but I do want to see them succeed. And watching them drop from 4th to 13th, 14th, that was so rough. And they've pretty much always done good in the showdown, except for 2024. 2022, they did 5th, 6th place. 2023, they won it. 2025, they were in contention for a podium that whole time. I don't remember if they actually made it. I think it was Swarm, Sliders, and Plasma, I want to say, something like that. but yeah, they're just always up there. And then 2021 was a really close heat. Like they got 13th in that season, but they got 133 points. That would be like 9th or 10th in most leagues. So I think they have on paper one of the best resumes here, and I think they are going to make it. I'm putting them in qualify. The Limers. Now, the Limers, they are. I'm not even gonna pretend like they should not qualify. Like I know they're generally good in qualifiers, but there is nothing going for them here. They did dead last in 2025, 2024. Like 2024 was their last decent season in recent memory. Like 2022, they got what, 8th place in the showdown. 2021, they were in the tank bowl. 2023, they were like bottom half showdown. 2024, they were, yeah. 2024 was like their only good recent performance. 2020, they would have gotten relegated. 2019, they did get relegated. Like literally everything that you look at with the Limers, they are just a bad team, and these events are not particularly good for them. Like underwater race, hurdles, balancing. Like none of these are particularly good for the Limers. Like they haven't historically excelled in any of them. I don't think. Like I did definitely make a few mistakes in my last video, but I can pretty confidently say the Limers are not good at any of these events. Uh, but yeah, like there's just no way they're qualifying. I'm putting them in not qualifying. The All Rangers. Now the All Rangers are a very tough case because generally the general consensus, is that they are still a top 3 team in the league. It's the Savage Speeders, Raspberry Racers, and the All Rangers. But that history is carried a lot by their 2020 and before. Like if you look at their 2021 and onward resume, they have what, 10th in a close league, 7th. Then I don't even know where they got in 2023, like 10th, I want to say. Cause like, yeah, 10th. 2024, they didn't even make the main league. They missed out for the first time. 2025, they got auto qualified, but they got 6th. They are so consistently average. They have just been average for so long, and these events, admittedly, these events are generally better for them. Like they are really good in underwater, like aquathlon. Uh, they are a huge team in aquathlon, but I just don't see. I think this is a year where they miss out. Yeah, like it's a bit more on vibes, but I just don't see them making it. Savage Speeders. Now the Savage Speeders, they, like obviously the general rule is that if they're in qualifiers, they're gonna qualify. Like they have gone 10 years and they haven't even needed to qualify half the time because they just auto qualify because they're just that good. But like whenever they're in qualifiers, they usually do good. The only one that I can remember them not doing particularly good in is like 2025. Like they didn't do standout. They still did really good, but they didn't do like the top. That was like Oceanics, I think. However, they are in fact still the Savage Speeders. Like we are never gonna see them decline slowly. We are, if we see them decline, it's gonna be in one straight shot. So like I think in the last 5-6 years, the most likely time they would have missed out on qualification is 2023, just because they were almost at their prime, but they didn't actually auto qualify. So I think that would have been the time when they were not gonna make it. So like in 2024, they finished what, like 12th, 13th, historically bad for them. I think that's the first time ever that they finished with below 130 points, including the 12-point seasons. If you convert 2016, that is the first time ever that they finished below 130. I want to say, and then they just qualified pretty easily in 2025. Like we are not gonna see them decline. We're just gonna see them drop at one point, and it's not gonna be here. Hurdles is really good for them. Underwater race is generally decent for them. Jousting, I don't see a world where jousting is unfavorable for the speeders. They're pretty good in everything, especially strength events, and I don't see a world where jousting is a strength event. And then Balancing could go in either way, but like the other three events are just so good for them, and they're also the Savage Speeders. So I'm just gonna put them and make it. Shining Swarm. Now the Shining Swarm are, I think they are one of the best teams, or they are a really good team. They're definitely top half. I don't know how much of a consensus that is at this point. They used to be like after like 2022. I think most people would probably put them in what, like 20, no, like 12 maybe. But after that, like they just have not had that much good go on. Like 2023, they got bottom three, I want to say. 2024, I genuinely don't even know what happened to them in 2024. They didn't make it. And then 2025, same story. They just kind of existed in 2025, same as 2024. Like I could not tell you where they placed. But okay, onto the events though for the Swarm. Underwater race, I do remember distinctly. They won team of qualifying in 2023. That's a big indicator for me. That swings it into qualification for them. And then hurdles is like fine for them. I don't think they're particularly bad. I don't think they're particularly good. And then balancing, I want to say they're a better team in balancing than average. Like a lot of teams, like balancing is really random. It's probably the most random event at this point, other than like maybe swing wave. But balancing is a really random event. But I think they are generally better, and then they are good at block pushing, I want to say. So if jousting is a strength event, that is one thing that's going for them. And I just think, like, if you think before 2023, 2022 they did pretty solid. Or no, 2021 they did pretty solid. And then 2017 they did pretty solid. And then 2022 they had that huge year where they got 4 medals in the second half. And they managed to claw their way back from, like, I think they were in last place in event 5. And then they, like, by the time event 13, 14 rolled around, they were in second. Like, the only time I could remember, other than the Swarm, where anyone did that was the Savage Speeders in 2020, and that is like one of the best seasons of all time. Shining Swarm showing resemblance to that. I think they have it in them. I think they can bring back that energy this year, and the events are decently good for them. I think they're going to qualify. I'm going to put them in qualify. The Snowballs. Now understand this. The Snowballs are a team. I do like the Snowballs as a team. They are like in my top half of teams if I have to like rank them by how much I like them. But they just don't have that much going on for them at the moment. Like 2023 they had some good momentum, and then they carried that into 2024. But then 2025 they kind of dropped off a lot. I think they ended up like 11th, 12th, 13th, somewhere in that area, cuz bottom 3 was Ducks, not Hazers, Balls of Chaos and Limers. And then I think Snowballs were down there as well. Like they were up there for a decent bit of the season, but they just kind of fell by the end of it. And yeah, like I don't, and these events are not particularly good for them. Underwater race, I don't remember them doing well in. I guess in 2022, water race, like the regular one, they did decent. But like even if they did decent, which I'm not even sure about that's still water race and not underwater race. The like Snowballs, I can't imagine they did good in 2019, because if they did good in 2019, they probably would have qualified. Uh, what else? Hurdles is I think they were definitely better at the old version of Hurdles than the new one. They they are pretty good at sprint. Snowy is really good at sprint. I don't think they have a particularly good Hurdles marble. Maybe Snowdrift or Snowblast. I don't even like the Snowballs are a team. They are a blank spot for me. And then balancing, jousting. You know the story. They're random, but Snowballs are lighter marbles. I don't think they're gonna do as well as jousting. I think they are not gonna make it. So I'm gonna put them in not make it. Team Galactic. Now Team Galactic, they are my second favorite team behind Team Primary, and they are just one of the best teams. Are probably almost certainly top 10 overall. Like they are not necessarily the best of the best when they do their best, but they are consistency merchants. Like you never really see them doing all that bad. Like 2024 was probably like their worst season in the last 5 years. I want to say because they got top half in 2025, top half in 2023, and then they had their huge gold run in 2022, and then 2021. I guess you could argue 2021 over 2024 because like they were in the showdown and they got fifth place. But then 2020, you look back at that seventh place. 2019, they got eighth place. I want to say 2018. Like they are just super. They are just always up there, and they never really qualify, by a knife's edge. They're usually qualifying comfortably. And then when we go to the events, hurdles, I believe they're pretty good in. Underwater race, actually that might be a weaker event for them. I'm not entirely sure about that. But balancing, they did win balancing in 2022. Like there's not that many indicators for good balancing runs, but that is a pretty good one. And then jousting, like again, my main thought on jousting at the moment is that if it's similar to block pushing, then the teams that do good in block pushing should do well. And Team Galactic held the record for like, I think it was actually just 1 year. The 2022. Like they beat it. They beat the Razzies by like 0.5 or like 0.05 centimeters. Happy to see that as a Galactic fan or kind of Galactic fan, but yeah. They are just always up there, one of the best teams, and the events are not particularly bad for them. I just don't see them not making it, so I'm going to put them in make it. Now, the Thunderbolts. So we have two teams left once again, and one of them is going to make it, one of them is not. The Thunderbolts and the Wolfpack. Between the two, I will discuss the Wolfpack later, but I think the Thunderbolts are the weaker of the two, so I don't think they're going to make it. Again, Thunderbolts, they are a solid team at their prime. 2016, perfect example of that. Like, if the Savage Spears weren't so gold heavy in 2016, the Thunderbolts probably would have won that season, at least in modern scoring. But yeah, after that, 13th, 8th in 2018, but 9th, 13th in 2019, and then I don't even know what they did in 2020. They just kind of existed in 2020. I want to say they were bottom half. I feel like if they were top half, I would remember them a lot more. But yeah, and then 2021 was probably their best year outside from 2016. And then they just did get medals, like one bronze, and managing to get, I want to say what, 8th. Yeah, they got top half that season. That is impressive. I will not knock them on that. But 2022 they got. No, they were in the showdown, and then they did bad in the showdown. 2023, 13th again. 2024 they would have gotten relegated if relegation stayed for 2024, and then 2025. 2025, I could not tell you where the Thunderbolts were not notable in 2025. Like, let me put it to you this way. After Marble League 2021, the Thunderbolts have been comparable in performances to the Limers. Like, that's gonna sound crazy, but like, go bar for bar. The Limers beat the Thunderbolts in Showdown 2022. The Limers they didn't qualify, and the Thunderbolts did, but like, you can't really compare Showdown performances and Marble League performances, so I'm not going to give them any credit or discredit there. 2024, they were both in the Showdown, and the Limers beat them. 2025, I couldn't say. I think the Thunderbolts didn't make it, and the Limers did, so the reverse of the 2023 example. And then if we take Marbula 1, I think the Thunderbolts finished like very similar to the Limers. It was Limers, Thunderbolts, Balls of Chaos bottom 3, and then MS100. I can tell you that the Limers barely beat them. So like, I can't say for Marvel Survival Season 2 or Iron Marble, because I don't remember those tournaments as well. But across the tournaments that I listed, the Limers and the Thunderbolts have been bar for bar. And I cannot justify the Limers making it. I know the Thunderbolts are generally a better team than the Limers, but that's so carried by their early stages, like especially 2016 and 2018. Like, it is really hard to justify the Thunderbolts being qualified. Like, the events are average for them. I wouldn't say they're good. I wouldn't say they're bad. Uh, like, I could go into specifics, but I just don't think this is their year. Like, I think they're on a downward trend, and they're gonna need to do something to bring it back up. Like 2018, I feel like that was not the right play to get rid of all their roster and then just bring in the new ones. And at least in hindsight, like you wouldn't know, but there's just no way that old roster definitely had what it took, and throwing that away, like I know I'm 9 years too late to change that, but like you really should have done that Thunderbolts, and I'm gonna put them in not qualify. Now the Wolfpack, I don't even know if I want them like in the qualification. I think more teams are like they shouldn't qualify this season in the Group B, like like CCE, Indigo Stars, Speeders, Swarm, Galactic. I can say with certainty that I want them. Wolfpack, I cannot say with certainty that I would predict them to qualify. I could put the Rangers there. I could put the Snowballs there. I could put the Chalks there. I don't want to put the Chalks there, but like the Chalks, like they are a team that can qualify. And the Bumblebees, actually, the Bumblebees are probably the team that would probably put most there. And the Snowballs, Bumblebees or Snowballs, but the Wolfpack, they're just such a wild card. Like if you look at their history, they have just average history. Like you cannot come up with a more average team on average than the Wolfpack. Like 2022, they did average in the showdown. 2023 did average in the showdown. 2024, they did average in the main league. 2025, I think they did average in the showdown. I think they did slightly better than average in the showdown. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like there is nothing significant about this team. But in a world where I don't want, or I'm not thinking any of the other teams, Bumblebees, Chocolatiers, Limers, or Rangers, Snowballs, Thunderbolts, between them, I think the Wolfpack are more likely to qualify than all of them this season. So I guess by default they do have to go into the qualifying. So I'm gonna put them in qualifying. And that was the end of the episode video thing. That is all for Marble League. I will probably I don't know. Maybe I'll do a Marble League like when the qualified teams are done. I will make potentially like a ranking of the main league and the showdown and see where that lands me, and maybe I could like do a review on how well these predictions are done. But like for now, I'm probably done with JMR for the time being. I might do other stuff in this style, like the Ethan on everything style is just very easy for me to do, and I think I'm pretty like this is something that I can do, and I think there is an audience for it. So yeah, I don't have that much more to say. Go watch the Marble League, and stay tuned for more stuff from me. That is all. Goodbye.